Standing by. You're looking at live pictures right now in Cairo. Remember, a countrywide curfew is ostensibly in effect, though you are seeing people in the streets ignoring that curfew. Laura Satrakian joins us now on the phone from Cairo. Laura, there are all these reports about clashes between a pro-Mubarak crowd and the demonstrators pushing for his exit. What's the reality?
Margaret, what I'm seeing with my own eyes from a vantage point just over Tahrir Square, we're seeing rocks thrown, we're hearing gunshots, we've seen smoke billowing from one of the tanks below, and you see a line of people from people inside the square tell us what's happening is that protesters are basically holding steady in the center of the square while Mubarak supporters try to push in. I'm looking at a line of opposition protesters who formed to try to guard this square to keep Mubarak's people from coming in. It's incredibly intense and incredibly violent. Earlier this day, we were out on the streets of Cairo and other parts of town, and it was a city trying to get back to quasi-normal or to a new normal where some business starts getting done. This is like a city that's running on two different tracks. We spoke to officials at top banks here who say that the banks are going to open back up. The stock market will be up and running back by Tuesday. It's very, very hard to imagine how you can instate any kind of normalcy when these two vastly opposing camps seem to be at each other's throats. Margaret?
Yeah, Laura, give me a sense of that. You're saying market might open by Tuesday. Finance Minister told us banks were supposed to be open this week. Pensioners supposed to be getting payments in hand. Can they wait that long? I mean, what is the level of unrest?
It's incredibly tense. When you're out on the streets, far from the protests, people are very antsy about those paychecks. We saw people back at ATM machines for the first time today. It was actually the head of CIB, one of the largest financial institutions in Egypt, who confirmed to us today that banks will start rolling open starting on Sunday. By Monday, Tuesday, they'll be opening all of their branches across the country, and that he expects that the stock market will be back open on Tuesday. Again, people are finding a way to get by. We're hearing from the finance minister that he wants to get people paid. They want to at least defuse what they can of people's livelihoods and the tension that comes from a basic insecurity that we now see on the streets.
Laura, very quickly, we're looking at pictures right now of men on horseback in the middle of Tahrir Square. What is that?
Well, that's just past. Those pictures seem to have just come in. I don't see them out anymore, but there are conflicting reports on whether they were police or whether they were Mubarak supporters literally trotting through Tahrir Square to try to break the protesters' hold. Obviously, a lot of chaos that you can see on screen, Margaret, but also just a sense of surreal pandemonium just blocks away from the center of Tahrir Square where there's this standoff. People are mulling about. Mubarak supporters seem to be euphoric. They were banging on drums and dancing earlier. So every corner of the city is telling a different story.
All right, Laura Satrakian live in Cairo. Thank you very much. Well, I'm out here in the middle of our newsroom back in New York.